Los Angeles, back in the home office here. Happy holidays. Hope your time was great with your family. Now the Clippers get back to work. It was a grueling couple of weeks. They've had a couple of days off. Take a look at the starting five for the Clippers. Not quite the usual suspects. Kawhi Leonard is out. It is not believed to be much longer that he'll be on the side. Meanwhile, the Hornets up and down with injuries. We'll talk about it throughout the game. But for the Clippers, they're hoping history repeats itself as we send it down to Miss Christina Peak.
Well, happy holidays, Brian. The Clippers in search of a win, and a game against the Hornets might be just what the doctor ordered. They've had a lot of recent successes against these guys. That is tonight's player profile, brought to you by Kia. They have won 10 in a row. Looking for number 11 tonight. They've also won 22 of the last 24 against the Hornets. But you can't take any team lightly. Just talking to the coaching staff, the keys for them tonight: get off to a good start. They played well against them, but they do not want to dig themselves out of a hole, Brian.
Christina, thanks. Looks like Ty Lue had a little too much turkey, maybe for lunch. Meanwhile, his former coach, Steve Clifford, coached him in Houston, coached him in Orlando. Steve Clifford is a terrific coach. His record this year has not been great. Jim Jackson is signaling that he also played for Steve Clifford.
Together in Houston with Ty. So, and I love Coach Clifford. He would do a lot of rebounding, shooting drills with me. And again, we talked about it in the open about the injuries and this team not reaching its potential. You have some good, outstanding young pieces, but unfortunately, health has been a big detriment to what they've been doing or trying to do.
Well, they were in the play-in tournament 2 years ago. This is with a healthy LaMelo Ball playing 75 games that year. He's an absolute difference maker. There's no question about it, but he has been injury-riddled the last couple of years with ankle issues. As the ball is up, the game is on. And the Clippers with a tempo having to start the fourth quarter as well. Clippers looking to snap out of a two-game slide. I'll be honest, I wouldn't put much stock into it. The Clippers had heavy legs after a grueling schedule of a couple of weeks. Paul George rises in the mid-range. The shot is short, and the rebound goes to Miles Bridges, and the Hornets get their first crack at it.
And I look forward to seeing a much more energized team in particular on this end of the court.
Hayward stops and swivels, puts it off the window. Clever move by Gordon Hayward.
Well, it's good to see Gordon Hayward healthy. I mean, as opposing team, you like to see some of the better players that have established themselves in this league being able to play at a high level. George rises and connects. Paul George has looked good in the games that he has played. Did not play in Dallas. That was a heavy minute game, and Jim and I have talked about minutes are not always equal. And I felt those minutes in Dallas were very difficult. PG did not play in that game. Bridges down the lane, holds the ball above his head, off the window and in, and a very nice play there by Miles Bridges. And Miles, so athletic at that time, able to catch, put on the deck, and even through a little contact, finishes softly off the glass.
Harden finds Paul George all alone in the corner for three. It is short. The rebound is collected by the Hornets. Rice, McGowan's inside, counted and a foul.
Listen, against Denver, this Charlotte team got off to a great start. They were up 12-2, 14-4, and actually led at halftime by 6. So you can't fall asleep on this team because you do have some capable scorers, whether that's Rozier, Bridges, Hayward. They can put the ball in the basket, and Nick Richards inside is a heck of a defensive player, especially in protecting the paint.
And the rebound back tap, so possible 4, maybe 5-point possession. Bridges for 3. And Amir Coffey wrestles the rebound away from Nick Richards. Lob it ahead to Zoo. Air traffic control, but it's deflected back to Zoo. Man into the paint, puts it up. Short.
Thought about it. And that's what Ty Lue talked about. Right there, that's normally T-Man takes that straight up. A beautiful play. So you miss 2 down at this end. You don't get back on defense, and Richards is rewarded for running the court from Rozier.
Not a great start for the Clippers, 1 for 4. Meanwhile, the Hornets 4 for 5, perhaps coming in despite losing to Denver with some confidence. They played the Nuggets very close. Richards with the goaltend, scoring for Paul George.
Let's go back to T-Man, gets it in here. This is immediate. Look at the rim. Don't look to pass. And that, he wanted, his first instinct was to pass it. And players go through that, Brian, when you've been struggling to shoot the ball. And even a little shot like that is sometimes difficult to get your mind wrapped around.
But I think you made such a great point. This was a few weeks ago. Strong drive by McGowan's. That he's doing all the other things. Scoring is now not on the front burner. It was a year ago when he was the starting point guard. He could shoot, he could score. He's trying to do everything else. And Ty Lue says, we're just fine with that. Harden for three. It's good. And he trims the lead down to 3. Clippers 3 of 6 from the field. Rozier, very tough cover. Bridges steps into the mid-range. It's offline, but the rebound belongs to Ivica Zubac.
And that's a shot you want Miles Bridges to have to take off the dribble. Shot is speaking about off the dribble, and you want guys to take. That's James Harden in the secondary break. You give him a little bit too much room right there. He was able to use that rhythm dribble or pull up and knock that shot in.
Well, a few times that we've seen him be aggressive from the word go, crossing half court. I liked it, especially with Kawhi Leonard out. By the way, Harden with a couple of threes. He's got 6. Rebound, ball pinballed around, goes to Richards below the dotted line, and it crawls through for Nick Richards. Averages 8 points, 7 rebounds. A second-round pick back in 2020, and has really worked his way into the rotation for the Hornets.
Doing the little things, rebounding, blocking some shots. There's that short roll that time, too, a little too strong back iron on that shot.
Be a step or two out of his comfort zone. Hornets out in front by 2. Rozier, the runner. And the rebound spiked down into the face of Paul George, but a whistle, a loose ball foul against the Clippers.
But go back to James Harden being more aggressive, like you talked about. PG with the deep penetration. McGowan with the late closeout, but then in transition, you don't pick him up. A little rhythm dribble. Bridges just kind of caught in between. Like, I don't want to come out too quickly. But James recognized that and he was able to knock it in.
A whistle and a offensive foul against the Hornets. Ball goes back to the Clippers here. Just a few ticks inside the 8-minute mark. Clippers a couple of days off. Won't play again until Friday. Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies will be in town, but it's a good time for the Clippers to kind of catch up on some rest. Had played every other day and then some with back-to-backs. George again all alone in the corner. This time he gets it there and knocks it down. Paul George now with 5. And it's the second time they've had that play develop in their last few possessions. Clippers by 1. Bridges. The ball not going to bounce. Last touch by the Clippers. 9 to shoot here for Charlotte.
The pick and roll, and because of Zoo, look how far Hayward has to come over, and that just leads to an opportunity for Paul to get that in. But that's the hard roll set up by Zubac inside that opens up that cross-court pass to Paul in the corner.
McGowan's late in the clock, gives to Rozier. The hot potato launches in the corner. It's short rebound, vacuumed in by Zoo. Some friendly fire with he and Harden. Clippers hold on to the possession. Harden on the wing. Can he do it again? He's been very active here. I thought James was really tired in Oklahoma City and against the Celtics. Comes away with an interception. Back the other way, leading the break to Zoo. Whistle and a foul, and Ivica Zubac will go to the line when we come back. 6:51 to play in the first quarter. Clippers by 1 over the Hornets. Clippers out in front by 1, just under 7 to play. Time now for expert analysis, brought to you by Cedars-Sinai.
Well, the value of having Zoo. Bro, now we'll keep our eye right here on Gordon Hayward at the bottom here. He's going to come into the lane because of Zoo's penetration. Now, once we roll it, watch what happens. He sucks in the defense, and James Harden does an excellent job of spotting and open Paul George. We saw it a little bit earlier. Paul missed the shot, but this one was all cash in the bank in the corner, but all set up by the roll and the pick and roll by James Harden, Big Zoo in the middle.
Well, what's the adjustment defensively if you're Steve Clifford?
Well, one thing with the drop coverage, you can play up a little bit, have Gordon stay inside, and have Nick Richards drop back a little bit more to keep Zoo in front. That time, Zoo got behind the defense, and that forced Hayward to come over to maybe take the bounce pass or the lob threat away.
We do have a challenge here. I believe the Hornets are challenging here on this foul by Ivica Zubac, or on Ivica Zubac.
You know, selfishly, I was thinking that James might throw it to Terrence Mann just to get him a layup inside.
During the mandatory timeout charge to the Clippers,
either which way
prior to 30 seconds, the Charlotte Hornets challenge. During that challenge, it was seen that Bridges blocked the ball legally, and the challenge will be deemed successful. The imminent possession lied with the Charlotte Hornets. They'll remain with possession on the side with 24 in the shot clock. They will not be charged a timeout, and they will be able to challenge subsequent plays later in the game.
So, how did they get the ball? Now, did they get the ball after the block shot? Because
that must have been the call. Scott Foster has been around this league, but he is no Bill Kennedy when it comes to rocking a mic.
Nobody, man. Especially you come to L.A., Hollywood, you got to give us a little something, man. Give us a little something.
So it is Hornet basketball. Clippers holding on to a 1-point lead.
Just to put a button on it, and the reason why I say you throw it to Terrence Mann, he can see the ball go through. He ran the court. Not saying it was a bad play by James Harden, but just to get him to feel good about himself, to see a basket go through early.
How about feeling good about himself there? Then draws the foul from Bridges.
One thing I love, well, it's a lot of things I love about Terrence Mann is this. He doesn't allow the lack of his offensive game not playing well to affect the defense. Because what got Terrence the minutes, the playing time, the starting, was defense and all the other things. So he never had to lean into just scoring as a way to get himself on the court.
Well, we've said this before, and it's worth repeating every game. Nobody has had their role changed over the last few years more than Terrence Mann. And nobody has thrived in all of those changes like Terrence Mann. And despite kind of the shooting numbers that you've seen, he is a massive piece for the Clippers. Look at the record. And when he got into that starting lineup, that's when the Clippers win on their 9-game winning streak. Whistle foul. Speak of the devil. Then he gets.
We'll give him that. We'll give him one. We'll give him one.
And you can see 15 and 5. And there's so many other numbers that you can look at behind the scenes, kind of under the hood, that just kind of further stamp him being in there. Hayward coming off the screen, misses. Rebound goes to Zoo. Heard a nice ovation. Why? Well, Russell Westbrook is in the game as Ty Lue is able to kick back to more of a traditional rotation, bringing Harden out midway through the first quarter. The last couple of games, Harden has been playing well into the 3 to the 2-minute mark. And Harden comes out, and then he plays the entire second quarter. He looks a lot more rested than he did in the last couple of ball games. Westbrook to inbound. Cody Martin checks in. Martin has struggled with injuries. We talk about it ad nauseum here with the Hornets. It's been unfortunate after they were really good a couple years ago. They just have not been healthy. They forced the turnover, and now they're looking to push. P.J. Washington down the lane, and down the hatch it goes. A couple of subs coming in and making an immediate impact.
Yeah, well, that's why deflections are such a key, and a lot of teams keeps tabs on that because that deflection led to a steal, open court, fast break opportunity for Charlotte.
A whole line change. Essentially, Ish Smith, world champion Ish Smith, is out there. Spent some time with Denver last year. This is his second tour of duty with the Hornets. Clippers miss. Hornets rebound. Here comes Martin the other way. Crosses over George. Lang, hands. Nope. Rebound goes to Coffey.
You know, Ish Smith is my favorite player.
Why is that, Jim?
Because he holds the record for most teams that play for in the NBA. That's why.
Westbrook knocks down a tough one-legged jumper. I think Ish Smith, he's a real player.
Ain't no question.
He forces the pace and changes it.
Yep.
He has bounced around, but I think every team that's had him loves him. And I wonder if it's not a similar situation, a contractual situation, like how you were bouncing around as Smith knocks down the jumper.
Well, you know, it was funny. I was listening to him at the beginning of the season on XM Radio, and he talked about that he wasn't sure he was playing this year. And then he got the call about going to Charlotte last minute.
Oh! Respect the drip! Coffey flashes it in. Big-time finish.
By yourself, go foul! By yourself! By yourself! By yourself!
Washington back the other way. Forces the issue and gets his second bucket.
I mean, you can see the Charlotte team. I mean, they got some guys that can put it in the basket. They've been able to respond, keep the crowd out of it a little bit, consistently here early now. They struggle at times of holding that, but they're a very good fourth quarter team.
Smith buzzes beneath the net, comes up firing, and knocks it down.
I did give, when he was with Denver last year, I gave him a hug.
And said, thank you.
I love you, bro.
My question is, what does he do with all the gear that he has? Because, you know, Westbrook knocks down a three. We are spoiled here with tons of gear. You know, he's got an entire garage full of Wizards and Pistons and
give it away. Now you got to be selective. He's a little shorter, so you got.
Well, there's more of an audience there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to be selective. Like who you give it to.
5 to shoot for Smith. He's already got a couple of buckets. Rises in the mid-range. Good contest by Westbrook. And Zoo comes away with a rebound. We're tied at 20s. Clippers 8 of 17. Hornets 10 of 16. Ball knocked out of bounds. Goes back to the Hornets. Time now for a drive to the hoop. Brought to you by Hyundai.
Well, it is your favorite player, Amir Coffey, said with the drip. But that time I love it because this was a quick rip through. The extended closeout that PJ Washington occurred. He basically gave him the baseline, even though Amir is left-handed. He was able to put it down with his right and flush it through, like you said.
When he is on the floor, it just doesn't feel like he makes any mistakes. Always makes the right play. He might not make every shot that he takes, but he's just a guy that Ty Lue has trusted for the last few years and has been rewarded with that trust. Of course, Coffey is out there today because of no Kawhi Leonard. Started last week in place of Paul George, put up 18 points in a big win for the Clippers. Rebound goes to Zoo, looking to break the tie. 2:45 to play here in this opening frame. George picked up by Smith, goes right around him. Tries to sling it in the corner to Norman Powell. There's Terry Rozier with a leather Larson the other way. Glides into the rim, no. Washington, yes. P.J. Washington off the bench is 3 for 3. And we've got a timeout here with 2.5 to play in the first quarter.
Welcome back to downtown Los Angeles. Happy holidays, Clipper Nation. Well, some things are truly bigger than basketball, and recently at a Clipper game, we got a very important reminder. Russell Menez, a lifelong Clipper fan, was recently diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma this past season. Thankfully, he is now in remission after aggressive chemotherapy. But when he got his diagnosis, Clipper Nation rallied behind him on social media. Terrence Mann and Ivica Zubac both sent him messages of encouragement on video. And this is the moment when he came to a game recently where Terrence saw him in warm-ups, recognized him, and went over to say hello. I got a chance to talk to Russell this morning. He's doing well still. He's a great, awesome spirit. So on behalf of Clipper Nation, I just want to tell you, Russell, have a very happy and healthy 2024.
Awesome stuff, Christina. Russell, thank you for sharing your story with us, and we're all with you. Congratulations. That's an awesome story. 2:10 to play here in this first quarter. Hornets out in front by 4. Another turnover. Clippers, well, they might be rested, but they are not sharp here. And give credit to the Hornets. They are taking advantage of it. Another giveaway. This is a rough finish here in this first quarter. Bridges for 3. By the way, all the points for Charlotte in the paint.
Yeah. Maybe,
all of them.
Maybe too much turkey yesterday for our guys a little bit. Got to shake it off. Get that focus and concentration back. There you go. See, when you don't turn it over, Brian, we've seen this with this Clipper team. They're so effective and efficient in their half-court offense.
No more tryptophan. 6 turnovers in the first quarter for the Clippers. Washington hesitates on the 3, rims the rim. And Westbrook leaps for the rebound. Clippers look at the time, maybe take the lead with a triple. James Harden is out there, so Ty Lue not necessarily married to that rotation without Kawhi Leonard. So Harden, who's usually started the second quarters, is back out there with the last couple of minutes. Has to go to work on Washington. 7 to shoot down the lane. Mug the whistle. He'll go to the line for 2.
The difference with James from when he first came in, and I talked about this too also when we first got into the show, is now he's in basketball shape. He couldn't get past guys like that easily at the beginning because he was working himself in. Now you can see a little bit more of that quickness off the dribble to be able to get by his initial defender. That causes so many problems for the defense.
From James Harden to Sweet James.
Not all personal injury law firms are the same. Experience counts. Results matter. If your case is important to you, call us now for a free consultation.
Tight transition to that read right there. I mean, that was quick, too. You did it without even thinking about it.
I had a couple of days off, Jim. I'm focused. I'm recalibrated. It's been great. What? Hornets look very good. And as Jim pointed out, they played the Nuggets very well. If it wasn't for a third quarter, in which they scored only 9 points, they may have come away with a win. Cody Martin, good contest by Westbrook. Better shooting for Martin. He knocks it down. Just his second game. Only played 7 last year with a knee injury. And now the Hornets are out in front 27-24. The Clippers play the cards right. They can go 2 for 1 here. Harden is aware. He's hit 2 threes. In and out. Rozier with a leaping rebound for the Hornets. Forces the issue down the lane. Now their rebound volleyed around. The shot clock is turned off. The Clippers are down by 3. 9 of 19 shooting. The Hornets 13 of 26. And again, with the exception of 1 3-pointer, all of their buckets are in the paint. They're 7th in the league in that category. Harden goes to work. Here's the handles. Here's the drive to the rim. And Harden with 10 first-quarter points. And good defense there. Terry Rozier wants to protect his field goal percentage. Clippers trail by 1 at the end of 1, but James Harden is ready to go. 3 of 5 from the field. Harden leads all with 10. Clippers trail the Hornets 27-26. Well, the Hornets out in front by 1 after 1 on the day after Christmas. We all know that Christmas is a big day for the NBA. It was a pretty big day for these gentlemen here and their respective teams. How about Luka Doncic? Not put there 50 points, 15 assists for Doncic in a big win over the Suns. Jaime Jaquez has really been a revelation in Miami. And Jalen Brunson, he's still pretty good at basketball.
Hey, how about this? You see the record right here going the wrong way for the Hornets. But Jaime Jaquez, you know he beat the dunk contest in high school here in California? Kenyon Martin Jr.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
That is newsworthy.
I know, but he got bounced. You know, he got bounced, and I'm not surprised that he's playing extremely well there in Miami.
Risky pass by Rozier ultimately goes out of bounds. Nick Smith Jr. off his fingertips, and it goes back to the Clippers.
You want to upset a coach, come out of timeout with the play drawn up, and you don't get a shot, instead get a turnover. That doesn't have a lot of hair up there. You just pull a few more strings out on that one.
What a feed by Harden. Driving a ditch by Westbrook. Kobe Brown tripped up. And he whistled, and a foul goes on Bryce McGowan.
And Russ is telling Kobe, but I heard it up here, shoot the ball. He was open in the corner and he hesitated.
Well, you and I were in that Sacramento shoot-around about a month ago when he said, look, I'm not going to pass it to you again if you don't shoot it.
Yep.
Maybe got in that rookie's ear again. Kobe Brown shot the ball well late in that game against the Boston Celtics. I forget what happened in that game. Powell draws the contact from Washington. He'll go to the line for a couple of free throws. You mentioned the Hornets. Not only have they struggled losing 7 in a row and all the injuries, now their upcoming schedule. They come out west. They play the Clippers, the Lakers, the Suns, the Nuggets, and the Kings. That's their next 5 games. They don't go home again until January 8th. Tough sledding here. We get a quick word from Hyundai.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
One of the challenges when you play that gauntlet of a schedule, you don't dig deep into your bench. So that means you're playing a lot of these guys right now. We're sitting on the court, and you're asking for heavy production. Your best player is sitting on the bench. Nice drill piece you got in there, diamond up. So it does make it challenging, but what you got to do in situations is try to keep it as close as you can and try to sneak some games down the end.
Smith misses. He is a shot maker. That's his one attribute right now. A nice game against the Denver Nuggets. Westbrook tries to abuse inside, finds Powell, fields it low, shoots it high. Wide right, Westbrook doing some work as he is one to do. Extends the possession. Harden comes to help. Kobe Brown driven off the line. Attacks, spoon feeds Tice for the lay-in. Nice play by the rookie. And the Clippers jump out in front 30-27.
And that play was all introduced because of the head fake by James Harden, attracted the defense and then gave Brown an open driving lane to make that play.
Rozier stripped, gets it back. Late in the clock for Bridges. A step back straight on three. Air ball. And the ball goes back to the Clippers. Bridges just 31% on the year.
Well, we saw the back end of this, and because of you put Charlotte in rotation, that opened up the drive. The back line had to help. Came up off the baseline, and Brown able to drop it off Daniel Tice.
Brown. Harden in there trying to wrestle away some rebounds. The loose ball goes to Charlotte. 2 minutes off this second quarter clock. Bridges against the rookie Brown. Interception by Westbrook. Jordan Smith down the lane, a thing of beauty, calling out a foul.
The beautiful thing about that play is you get the steal, right? But you want to go ahead. No, here's your top tier play presented by Arco. That is okay. That's what it is right there. I got the read, and you really didn't want to give it to me, but that's right. I took it anyway. But for Russ to be at full speed and then put the brakes on and slow down a little bit, you know what I mean, was a thing of beauty. You like how I read that real nice amount.
Do some play-by-play here.
No.
There'd be an upgrade. Many would tell you there would be an upgrade.
KYG, bro. Know your game.
Smith, McGowan's 7 to shoot for Charlotte. Leans into Harden. Gets the contact but not a whistle. And a long rebound chased down by Tice. Here comes Harden back the other way. Out to the rim, blocked from behind by JT Thor. Here comes Bridges, tied up by Westbrook. It's a late whistle, and it stops the clock with 9:17 to play. Harden tangled up a little bit.
Were able to get it from the back, didn't stop running. Well, no, that was incremental.
I wrongly identified as JT Thor. My fault.
No, 21-31, you know.
That's why I wanted you to do the play-by-play. Bridges misses. Rebound goes to Harden. 33-27. A little bit more spring in the step for James Harden tonight. Powell misses on a three. Bridges rebounds. Rozier swivels away from Harden down the lane. The runner is good. What a shot by Rozier. It's his first bucket tonight, but it's a very nice one. Cuts the lead down to 4. First points in the second quarter for Charlotte. Takes inside, leaves it in.
And Russell set that up. He got deep enough post position. And then at the last moment, he told Daniel Tice to cut. He didn't give it to him too early, but right on time for him to catch and finish.
Rozier misses, rebound. Well, friendly fire indeed for the Clippers. Ball stays here.
Watch this. Russ back down. Mincha comes, turns his back. Tice able to get in, and Rozier the late on the rotation, but that was set up by the patient of Russell Westbrook on the post.
It's closed out by Brown. Plenty of time for Rozier. Smith catch and shoot 3. Hard off the heel. Westbrook with a running rebound. He's made an immediate impact here. Into the paint. Hands to Tice. Good defense inside. Harden able to recover. Runs over defenders. Whistle. Offensive foul going the other way. That was like a magic trick from Russell Westbrook.
I was looking for the ball to go to the corner. I don't know how he got it to Daniel Tice underneath. But check it out. This is like some stuff you do at the the rec center, right? When you penetrate inside and drop it off to the big.
I'll tell you what, those 5-year-olds don't know what they're dealing with. excellent minutes for Westbrook. Yes. He checks out 10 minutes, 3 for 3, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. I'll state it again, 10 minutes.
Yeah, energy, right? But the energy picked up a little bit more, the pace.
It was a fun 10-minute stretch. Clippers needed it too. They were kind of loafing around in that first quarter. McGowan's down the lane, whistle foul. He'll go to the line for a couple.
But when you're kind of treading in mud a little bit, sometimes you need a player or two that's going to force you to be uncomfortable and go out and run. And then now the motor is revved up, and now you can just take off from there. That's what Russ did.
I think that's why his presence on this team, whether he is starting, whether he is coming off the bench, is so important for this squad. Last year, we saw too many games where they were just stuck in second gear, stuck in third gear. Russ is a guy that you got to match his energy when he's on the floor. As we get a quick word from Kia.
The #1 most dependable mass market brand, 3 years in a row by J.D. Power.
I mentioned this before. He's played over 1,000 games. I'm not sure anybody has ever looked at him and gone, he looks tired.
Who's that?
Russ.
No.
Ever.
No. I don't know the energizer, but I don't know where he gets it from. Seriously, man. I mean, that's one thing you know about Russ. The good, the bad, the ugly, beautiful pass. You know that about James Harden. That little pocket pass on the move to be able not only to drop it, Brian, but to have it bounce up into the hands of the roller.
Ish Smith had a nice first quarter, gets to the rim but can't finish. And the rebound, out of bounds, nice touch by the Clippers. I have heard Russ say, and I'm being honest, I choose not to get tired. He says it is all mental.
It's all mental. It is too. He plays so hard, you know, but I think that's taking care of himself even in the extended career, the age that he's at. He's still able to have, he's not logging the same kind of minutes as he was, but one thing you knew about Russell, you never had to convince him he needed to play hard.
Hayward catch and shoot 3 from straight on. No. Powell with a rebound. Clippers out in front by 6. Again, Charlotte coming off a loss to Denver, but they played them tough. So there might be some confidence here for Charlotte. They certainly haven't backed down as they start a very long road trip. I mentioned it earlier, they don't go back home until January 8th. 7 to shoot for Powell. It is short. And Richards with the rebound. Powell 0 for 3. Hornets have the ball. They're 1 for 9 in the second quarter. Clippers have outscored them 11 to 4. Smith, the runner. It's good. 13th game for Nick Smith. He had 19 in that loss to Denver. George gets a screen from Tice. Given the mid-range, pulls the trigger, knocks it down. Paul George, 7, 3 assists as well. Clippers by 6 at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Ish Smith, pocket pick by Kobe Brown. It's a foot race with P.J. Washington. Powers his way to the rim and lays it in. A strong drive by Kobe Brown puts the Clippers out in front, 41 to 33.
Now Russ and Russ we trust. You want to get the energy level built up. Put Russ in the game. He's making plays. Offensively able to knock in a shot, directing traffic, and then dumping it off at the last minute. He'll take 2 of those, and then he gets the steal, speed, but then, Euro 2, thank you. Let me show you how I get it done right now, Ryan Seam. You can use that right there in your YMCA league there, or, I'm old when I keep saying YMCA too.
I don't even,
you know,
it's still a thing. It's still a very good thing.
That's when you know you've crossed over, you're old. You still say why?
What would you say now?
Rec Center or,
That's old.
At the gym, LA Fitness.
That's old. No, seriously. Martin bounces nicely into Hayward, but a good play there by Kobe Brown. Again, defensively for the Clippers. This time he knocks the ball out of bounds. 5:26 to play here in this second quarter. We heard the report from Christina. Clippers have been dominant over Charlotte. Go back a long time. Bridges inside, gets it to fall.
The last win Charlotte had here in L.A. November 18th. This in L.A. 2017. How about that?
George rises in the mid-range. Rozier crossing blade with Powell. Clippers on a 2-game slide, losing to Oklahoma City and then the Boston Celtics after a 9-game winning streak. Drive by Cody Martin. Wow! Respect. Just his second game back with a knee injury. A big-time finish.
Yeah, I mean, got hurt last year. ACL, wasn't he? I believe it was. Looked explosive on that particular play.
Whistle and a foul goes against Hayward. The league will send Ivica Zubac to the sideline here. Kawhi Leonard,
Enthusiastic as always.
he's overjoyed.
Oh, yeah. Sending out orders.
George creates space, steps back. Oh, that is such a tough shot. I'm telling you, 9 points for George.
What a pull it back. The balance you have to be able to pull it back and then explode up and get the height. Beautiful pass. Hayward inside to Richards. But, you know, to get that back and to be on back, that's why when you work on your footwork, it's all about getting back to balance. And now you're able to be a lot more efficient on your shot.
Cody Martin, quite the pest against Harden. So Harden says, I got something for you. Counted on a foul for James Harden. And a 4-point play opportunity.
Yeah, Cody Martin knew it. It's usually a guy saying, well, I didn't touch it, right? Now, Cody, he slapped his, watch the reaction after he does it here. He knows it. You know, he knows better, but James sets you up so much, and he tried to jump on his left side where he shoots. James left-handed. Got a little too close, and that tells the tale right there.
Well, you see, that's just this year. He leads it overall in NBA history, and it's almost 2-1 over Steph Curry. Not insinuating that James Harden is a better shooter, just saying that he's able to draw fouls. And now he has 103 4-point plays, most by over 40. Wow. 47-39. Clippers out in front. Rozier from the wing to the lane. Loses the ball. Kobe Bryant once again with Hayward to beat. Powers his way to the rim. Martin comes out of nowhere. Well, you can tell they miss Martin. Well, he's been an impact player here. Drives on Brown.
By yourself, Cole. By yourself, Cole.
7 to shoot for Martin. Long 2, late in the clock. It's good.
We get it when we get back.
Timeout on the floor. Clippers out in front by 6. 3:12 to play in the first half.
Well, the holidays bring out some very special things. My mother is in town here tonight. She's very happy about the Clippers, but she's begging for a free T-shirt, Jim Jackson.
Oh, look who else it is.
Yes.
Not begging for a free T-shirt. She just asked me, just give me one. Just tell me to get her one. That's what moms do.
My mom, our moms live in the Midwest much of the year. My mom is watching every game, and after it's midnight her time by the time the game is over, she's texting me what she liked, what she didn't like, and she's not talking about the play on the floor. She's talking about I didn't like the words you used here. And if anybody ever wants to know, if you've ever watched a game and you heard me yell hot damn, it comes from that lady right there. Yes, it does. Mom, I'm glad you're here. Harden for 3. We're glad James Harden is here. 17 first half points.
Yeah, another textbook timeout, after timeout play drawn up by Ty Lue to get an open shot. And why not give it to the man who's been hitting a lot of shots, and that's James Harden from behind the 3.
Bridges drives, now it's Hayward alone in the corner for 3, and a big finish by Bridges. And you're seeing some of the young talent that Charlotte has, and to put it further into context, their most played lineup, 87 minutes this year. You're 30 games into the year. Clippers turn it over again. They're getting awful sloppy. Richards with the punch. And this is coming out of a timeout for the Clippers. Not a great way to respond. They are out in front by 5 with 2:10 to play.
Yeah, Paul has been a little nonchalant, George, with the basketball. 3 turnovers, maybe.
Timeout for the Clippers.
Paul. But that just gives momentum to a team that you're trying to see the lead on. There's that pick and roll once again. And I love that right there because James didn't initiate it with the ball in his hands, but he was able to come off of a curl. The defense was shifting. Zoo able to find that gap and eventually get the lob.
By the way, Harden 17 points, 4 assists. Hayward attacking from the top, stops and pops. Not there. Hayward just 1 for 5, 52-45. Clippers by 7. Harden. Another 3. Indeed. 5 threes for James Harden, and the Clippers lead by 10. (24-3) for Harden.
Well, Brian, you said you wanted him to be more aggressive offensively, so you're getting your wish. 'Tis the season.
And meanwhile, Rozier continues to impress. Another nice move inside brings the Hornets to within 8, 55-47. George up top plays catch with Zoo.
Play.
And now on the mismatch, it's Zoo inside, but George fires a 3 over the top of Martin. And the Hornets have the rebound. Hayward drives on Harden down the lane. Shot maybe altered by Zoo, but a great touch by Hayward inside.
When Gordon Hayward is healthy, he gives you that third guy that can catch and shoot, but also has the ability that we saw right there to kind of take you off the dribble and get 2 feet in the paint and finish.
It's been almost 4 years since he's played 52 games or more.
Injuries, man. Injuries.
9 to shoot for Harden. Looking to shine the spotlight on the mismatch. He just says, I'll take this one. And when you hit 5 threes in a half, you can do whatever you want. Shot clock is turned off for Bridges and the Hornets. The runner, no. The follow, no. But a whistle and a foul with 3.7 on the clock.
There are a lot of ways you can get into pick and rolls, and this one way by bringing James off. Now this is a handoff. The defense is compromised. Nick Richards, because it's James Harden, had to step up a little bit more, even in that drop coverage. You kind of want the offensive guy to come to you. That time by stepping up, open up the lob.
1st and 2 for Richards. Bounces off. A Clipper fans All-Star voting presented by AT&T is underway. Now is your chance to help send your favorite Clippers to the big game in Indianapolis. Start casting your ballots for Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. Visit Clippers.com. Vote. 3.7. Clippers out time. Coffee down the lane. The floater. Not there. And did well just to get there, but the Clippers have a lot of work to do in the second half. They got some work done behind James Harden. 20 points for Harden, 4 assists. He hit 5 threes, and the Clippers lead 55-50 at the turn. Clippers in a bit of a dogfight here with the Charlotte Hornets. It's 55-50. Clippers out in front. They've led by as many as 10. They're out in front by 5. Why? A big reason why is the play of James Harden.
Well, you talked about James being more aggressive, wanting to see him score more. Well, it's the season right now, and he's giving the Charlotte Hornets a lot of these buckets right now. Merry Christmas, he's saying, but it just feels like his energy said being down a little bit the last couple of games. He's back in regards to him getting that first step by defenders, forcing them to help, and then either scoring for himself or making the play.
Now you see the numbers. We'd be remiss if you didn't mention the 11 minutes that Russell Westbrook played. Were nearly flawless. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. One of the things that helped the Clippers get out in front was the second quarter. Certainly the start defensively for them.
Well, Don McClain said this at halftime in regards to one-on-one defense. I think is very important because if you give up 42 points in the paint, a lot of that was off of drives and not containing the ball. But when you're able to do that, we saw in that first half the ability for the Clippers to slow down the Charlotte offense, but then benefit on the opposite end by getting some easier shots. But one-on-one defense will be premium for the Clippers.
Now it's time for the defender key defense. And this is the home streak with the Clippers. They have not lost a game here in downtown Los Angeles against Charlotte since 2009, before Blake Griffin ever played a game for the Clippers. That's how long ago it was. Now they're going to have to do some work here in the second half if they want to pull away from Charlotte, as we check in with Christina.
Well, yeah, how do they put him away? Well, Brian Shaw told me, take care of the basketball. It's hard for teams to score on us in our half-court defense, but we are gifting them points by letting them get out in transition. Too many turnovers. Harden's got 20 points on 10 shots. He said, we'll take that. He's got some ISO situations and taking advantage of guys who've been switched on to him. He said PG had some good looks as well, but he thought he settled a bit too much in the mid-range. Want to see him step out to the three-point line.
Good stuff, Christina. Nick Richards opens up scoring for the Hornets.
That's a great sign for the Hornets. You know why? Because they went 11 minutes against Denver and didn't score the ball in the third quarter until near the end. Got outscored 30-9. That's a good sign for them, not for us. Don't get me wrong.
And so now it beats Zubac's controls, going up against Hayward. 10 to shoot, splits a double. Oh, the skyhook. Oh, Zoo Alcindor making an appearance inside.
All right, Zoo. By any means necessary, my man.
Well, the Hornets were 21 of 30 in the first half. Don McClain at the break mentioned something that's usually worth pointing out. They were 3 of 17 everywhere else, including 1 of 12 from above the arc. That's just their 4th shot that they have made outside the painted area, and it belongs to Terry Rozier. And I have a feeling if the Clippers don't sharpen up on the defense, they're going to have some problems here tonight. Whistle, offensive foul, and it becomes the 9th turnover for the Clippers here tonight.
Well, you go back to Zoo, and I'm going to talk about that Charlotte thing too. But Zoo right here, there you go, Zoo Alcindor, right there. But you know, this Charlotte team has made less than 10 3-pointers in 5 straight games. Okay, so they're going to do this, try to get closer to the basket, where they've kind of found some success. And if they're open for a 3, I mean, they're 1 for 12 right now. They'll take it, but you can tell the game plan was kind of getting 2 feet in the paint.
5 in both attempts and percentage from above the arc. Big rebound by Zoo inside, crashing into Bridges. And stops the clock with 10:23 to play here in this third quarter. 57-54 Clippers.
But it also makes it challenging, too, kind of like against Boston with us. They had 14 more 3-pointers. When you're scoring 2s, that's great. But if you're getting outscored from behind the 3-point line by double digits sometimes, man, it's going to be tough to beat teams.
Laser-like pass from George, and a whistle and a foul inside will send Zoo to the line for a couple.
Watch this pass. I mean, that just got right by Miles Bridges. That pass by Paul George.
It's going to be free throws 7 and 8 for the Clippers as we get a quick word from Jack in the Box.
How do you take something ultimate and make it even more ultimate? Bacon. Like you didn't see that coming.
First miss of the night from the strike. Clippers 7 of 8. Hornets 3 for 5. It was a rapidly moving first half. A bit of a choppy start here in the second. Bridges sizes up Terrence Mann. Bridges has some nice plays in that first half. Misses on the 2. Zoo with the rebound. It beats Zubac 7 points, 6 rebounds. Here's George down the lane. Blocked from behind by Richards. There is Ivica Zubac. Right plays, right time. Clippers lead by 6.
And that's why you follow up the shots like that, not assuming that it's going in, and Zoo was able to clean up that missed shot.
Man all the way out at half court guarding Rozier, and then he turns on the afterburners as he does with everybody in the league and hands it off to McGowan down the lane. Tough shot, he builds it up. And McGowan's now with 8 points, and it's a 4-point game once again. George settling for the mid-range, as we heard from Christina. Zoo can't tap it up and in, and the Hornets have it. Charlotte 3 for 5 in this third quarter. Bridges attacks from the wing, loses the ball, and they'll say it's last touch by the Clippers. Steve Clifford, one of the more likable guys on the sideline. Not only is he a very good coach, he has great answers when he meets with the media. Rozier misses on the three. Harden with a running rebound.
His second tenure as coach there in Charlotte.
Harden all alone for the three. Misses short. That might be the easiest one he's had all night. He's 5 for 9 from above the arc. Bridges steps into a three. It's good. Just 31% on the year. That's the second three for the Hornets, and it brings them to within one. And again, perhaps bringing some confidence from that Denver game. Coffee in the corner for three. And the rebound poked out to Harden. Extended possession for the Clippers. Man attacks from the wing. Back to Coffee. 5 to shoot for George. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball will be the third against the Hornets here with 8:12 to play in the third.
That Richards inside on Zoo. I think that's where that foul was called.
It's the second foul on Richards. Richards been very good here tonight. 11 points, 7 rebounds on 5 of 5 shooting for Charlotte. What a feed. What a block inside by Bridges. A good recovery by Mann. Triple ball fake. Patiently waits for the flyby and lays it in. Good defense. Patient offense. Clippers lead by 3. Bridges drives on Harden. Stripped. Mann has it. Rozier in his sights from the line to the lane. Stripped on the way up. A whistle and a foul.
And that's the second time James Harden has slapped the ball away when an offensive player did it in the first half. He did it that time. That allowed Terrence to get out, but then watch the out-of-bounds play, the pick, but the bullet pass. And Terrence just kind of staying with it, able to get it in, but James Harden, excellent read. Good cut, good screen set too by Big Zoo to get Terrence Mann open.
The offense has been pretty solid for the Clippers. They're only shooting 46%, but have had some good looks and some nice plays run. But the defense has been a bit of an issue. Hornets shooting 49% out of literally all of the points they scored in the first quarter were in the painted area. The defense over the last couple of ball games for the Clippers, literally non-existent. You saw the scores between Oklahoma City and the Celtics. Clippers have got to get back on the right side of it, on this side of the floor. Hayward collides with Zoo, a whistle and a foul, and Hayward will go to the line for 2.
Well, you said offense is not a problem. This Charlotte team gives up about 120 points a game, so it buys into it. But when it comes easy like that, that means you have to concentrate even more on the defensive end, which we're in and out of a little bit for the Clippers.
Friendly roll for Hayward. Hey, play like a pro this winter at the LA Clippers official youth basketball camps. Each participant will receive exceptional coaching, 1 free Clippers ticket, and an exclusive giveaway item. Camps are open to boys and girls ages 6 to 14. Register today at clipperscamps.com. 2 free throws for Hayward. 3-point game. Clippers have led by as many as 10. Hornets on the year 5 and 19 when they trail by double figures. That's the second most games played while trailing by double figures in the league. George for 3. It's good. 12 for George. Clippers by 6. PG just 5 of 13 from the field here so far. Clippers shooting 47%. Bridges foul line jump shot in and out. McGowan's tries to spike it down, instead spikes it out of bounds, and it goes back to the Clippers.
But this pass is made possible because James is left-handed. So he's going to his left. He's able to put a little air underneath it, but still put it on target to Paul George.
George to Coffee, extra pass to an open Harden, rhythmic 3 en route, halfway down. Ivica Zubac's really doing work in the trenches. Clippers keep it alive. 10 rebounds for Zoo.
I like to see him reward Zoo right here for that effort. Shot clock going down.
Harden double team, finds George, hot potato 3. Oh, it's good for George. 15. And the Clippers jump out in front by 9. Rozier. Nice contest by Terrence Mann. Rozier unaffected. He has 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Charlotte. Hornets 5 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Harden deep in the paint. Whistle foul. Looks like free throws here for James Harden. 6 minutes to play in this third quarter. James Harden, Paul George connecting.
Yeah, the beard to PG-13. Shot clock going down, no problem.
Time now for Call Your Shot, brought to you by CarMax. And tonight's topic is the Clippers will have at least 6 players in double digits tonight. At best, I'm guessing 5. At the end of the day, I'll take the win.
I mean, again, the offense is not going to be the issue. I think guys, plenty enough guys going to have opportunities to get some shots against this Charlotte team. It's just, you know, a team like Charlotte just hangs around. You want to get your work done. Not saying that it's easy, because these are pros on the other end of the bench. You know what I mean? The other bench there. So
a 7-game losing streak. I think fans might say that, oh, we got them right where these guys are angry. They're ready to play, and they know they're starting a grueling part of their schedule. Again, don't come home until the first week of January. They want to kick off this road trip, you know, in style, so to speak, without certainly their best player in LaMelo Ball, although he looked good warming up. Hayward gets a friendly roll again on the road. He has 8 points and 5 assists. Clippers lead by just 7. Harden. Hayward gives chase, but after Paul George releases, that's his 3rd 3 of the quarter, his 4th of the game. And the Clippers now match their largest lead of 10. But again, it's this side of the floor. This is where the Clippers have hung their hat really all year. Hayward, strong drive inside. Richards unable to tap it in. 5:05 to play in the third. Lob to George! Just underneath the rim, so he recovers. Misfires, rebound tapped out of bounds. I love the idea from James Harden. Paul George tapping his chest, indicating my bad.
now, watch PG when he comes up as he sets this back screen, and he's going to be able to come up here and get the shot. But watch the slow release. Even though Gordon Hayward is there, the threat of him pump faking, putting it on the deck, kind of freezes Hayward a little bit. And even though that was a slow release, Paul was still able to get it up and over to knock in that 3.
Washington. Hayward tailgated by Coffey into the paint. Back to Washington, stumbles into the lane, puts it up. Not there. Whistle. Free throws.
They get it on Paul, I think it was. So Zoo was right there in a good spot, and Scott Foster is explaining to Paul where is that. Paul wants to get it. Maybe a challenge. Like, no, but not right now. We're not going to use it on that up 10.
I think they're looking at they're putting the foul on George.
Yeah. So Scott Foster caught him on, he said he caught him on the reach.
That's the 4th foul on George, which might be the one reason it's too late now to review.
Yeah, I think that's what he was thinking about. Let's see on the back end of this as Paul is there. Watch Zoo come up, kind of closes the gap, and well, we could see it.